Hello and welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Televiziya with the most important events of the day. I'm your host, Rövşən. On January 11th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, received Minister of Defense of Italy, Guido Crosetto.
Saying that Azerbaijani-Italian bilateral relations based on strategic partnership are developing successfully, President Ilham Aliyev emphasized the importance of high-level reciprocal visits in this regard and hailed his recent visit to Italy. Recalling his congratulatory letter to new President of the Council of Ministers of the Italian Republic, Giorgia Meloni, the head of state noted that despite the fact that a short period of time has passed since the formation of the new government, the visit to Azerbaijan at the level of the Minister of Defense is a good indicator of relations between the two countries and expressed confidence that the cooperation between the new government and Azerbaijan would be successful. Recalling that the first event during the opening of the new building of the Azerbaijani embassy in the historic district of Rome was dedicated to the ceremony of exchanging agreements on academic cooperation between other university and 5 leading Italian higher education institutions, President Ilham Aliyev said that the construction of the building of the Italy-Azerbaijan University in Azerbaijan is nearing completion. Hailing Italy's contribution to the expansion of Azerbaijan NATO and Azerbaijan-European Union relations, the head of state noted that the two countries maintain successful cooperation in various fields, including energy. President Ilham Aliyev emphasized the effective functioning of the Southern Gas Corridor in this regard. President Ilham Aliyev expressed confidence that Guido Crosetto's visit to Azerbaijan would serve to strengthen cooperation both between the two countries' relevant institutions and in a broader sense. The head of state expressed his hope that the bilateral relations would continue to strengthen. Saying that it's an honor for him to meet President Ilham Aliyev, Guido Crosetto first of all conveyed the greetings of President of Italy, Sergio Mattarella, to the head of state and noted that during the meeting with the Italian president before the visit, Sergio Mattarella recalled with pleasure his visit to Azerbaijan and the Azerbaijani president's visit to Italy and once again emphasized the friendly relations with President Ilham Aliyev. The head of state thanked for the greetings and kind words and asked the Italian defense minister to convey his greetings to the president of Italy. Noting that before the visit he also met with President of the Council of Ministers of the Italian Republic, Guido Crosetto said that Giorgia Meloni emphasized that the visit of the Italian Minister of Defense to Azerbaijan shows that the Italian government is determined to further expand cooperation with Azerbaijan. Minister Guido Crosetto noted that the Azerbaijani president's visit to Italy are always welcome with great pleasure in his country. The Italian defense minister expressed his gratitude to President Ilham Aliyev for his appreciation of Italy's role in the development of Azerbaijan NATO and Azerbaijan-European Union relations. Guido Crosetto said that they were deeply impressed by the development processes in the city of Baku. During the conversation, it was noted that there were good prospects for expanding cooperation in the fields of energy, construction, tourism, agriculture, defense industry, and others.
The peaceful protests of eco-activists and representatives of NGOs on the Lachin-Khan-Kendi Road against the illicit exploitation of mineral deposits and environmental pollution in the territories where the Russian peacekeeping contingent is temporarily stationed have been going on for 32 days. Free movement of civilian vehicles on the road where the rally takes place is ensured. Western Azerbaijan community put forward a demand for the government of Armenia and made a call to international organizations. It is stated in the appeal of the community that the expelling of Azerbaijanis from the current territory of Armenia is an unprecedented injustice in terms of its political, legal and humanitarian implications. The mono-ethnic statehood, ethnic cleansing and systematic racial discrimination in this country is a serious threat for the restoration of the lasting peace in the region. Medieval Muslim cemetery was found in Erekül village of Khojavend. This was reported by the Institute of Archaeology and Ethnography of ANAS. Human remains were found on natural hills on the sides of the earth road connecting Erekül village with the neighboring villages. One of the graves was opened in order to determine the history of the cemetery and burial customs. The burial of an elderly person in the grave was carried out according to the Islamic rules. During the initial examination of the skeletons, it was found that the cemetery belongs to the 13th to 15th centuries. It should be noted that the cemetery belonging to Armenians in the village of Erekül dates back to the 19th, 20th centuries. Findings prove that the Muslim population lived in this area long before the Armenians. After the Azerbaijani families had been expelled from Armenia, they settled in the village of Erekül in 1988. At the request of the population, the settlement was named Khatai, in honor of the Azerbaijani poet and the prominent figure of the Safavid state, Shah Ismail Khatai. The International Conference of Human Rights Commissioners, The Future of Human Rights in the 21st Century, is hosted by the Turkish capital of Ankara. The conference is attended by about 70 ombudsmen from 41 countries. The Commissioner for Human Rights, Sabina Aliyeva, represents Azerbaijan. The impact of digitalization on human rights, the problems experienced during the pandemic, the role of ombudsmen in the protection of human rights in the 21st century, and other topics are on the agenda. Speaking at a panel titled Human Rights in the Conditions of War, Conflict and Migration, Ombudsman Sabina Aliyeva spoke in detail about the crimes committed by Armenia against our civilians during the First Karabakh War and during the years when our lands were occupied, as well as during the 44-day Patriotic War and even after the war. A draft law on exemption from taxes of media subjects, excluding audiovisual media subjects, for a period of 3 years was prepared. Director General of the Media Development Agency, Ahmet Ismailov, stated this at the reporting conference on the results of 2022. He noted that a strategic plan on development of print media and assistance to their digital transformation was developed and presented to relevant authorities. It was emphasized that in the last 2 months, more than 200 media subjects submitted appeals for inclusion in the media registry. 150 of them were registered. Additionally, names of 180 journalists were also included in the registry. Steps which will be taken in regards to media subjects not included in the registry were also discussed.
Media subjects not registered in the media registry will be held accountable. The continuation and termination of the activities will be ensured on the basis of a court decision.
That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.